So hi everybody. As Nicholas said, my name is Lama, and we went to the same school where Nicholas did one of the first swapping markets. I just want to get a sense of who are here as just private people who are interested in fashion. Yeah, and who's here because they worked with fashion on a daily basis, in a shop or organization, something like that. Okay, who are students? Okay, different kind of people. Who are reporters of some kind? Yeah, good. Just to get a sense of who's here and who I'm talking to. I got involved with swapping markets about a year ago. When both, 2 years ago. But as someone who actually arranged swap markets, that's only 1 year ago that I started doing that. And what it is what you've seen here is that people they come and they swap the stuff that they don't use anymore, not just clothes, but all kinds of things things for your kitchen and books, DVDs, all that kind of stuff. Click. And how it works is that people they bring a lot of stuff, and then we ask them to kind of put it out on the different tables. We have categories that are put up already, shoes and ladies' clothes, to make it easy for people. And then people they can go out and they can take whatever they want, how much they want of all the different things there. So basically it's a way for everybody to swap with everybody at the same time, and the more people who come, the more the bigger chance is that you're actually going to find something that you really like. Unless if there's only 10 people, you probably won't find something. So that's how it works. And the way we can make it happen is because we have a lot of awesome volunteers, like Camilla up there, who made her swapping market hat last time. And we only communicate online, basically, because that's the easiest way to do it. It's been done for a couple of years, and then over time we've just learned, what are the things we really need to do. And so we harvested that experience. So the way we can do it now is just to use Facebook, online, social media, different things. We post a schedule and say, who would like to come for 2 hours and help saying welcome to people, who would like to come and help, clean the tables, who would come and to help clean up afterwards. People, they sign up and they show up and they do the work. And because of that, it's really, really easy for anyone to start arranging swapping markets and to participate, because you don't have to kind of get involved over a long time. You just, you show up for 2 hours and that's that. So, next one. And we try and be as visible as possible with the swapping market. So basically everything is done through Facebook and the blog that we started a year ago. So we make a Facebook event, we explain people how it works, and then it just basically spreads a bit by itself. We do, of course, some press releases and try to get the message out there, but it basically goes pretty much by itself by now, because we've done it quite a few times. And then when the market is over, there's usually a lot of leftover stuff, around 200 kilos. And what you can see there is what was left from byttemarked last year, where around 3.5 tons of stuff was swapped, and there was around 1,300 people there during the day. And let me just see. What's interesting is that somewhere between 500 kilos and 6.5 tons of things are being swapped, usually during those 4 to 6 hours that we're open at the swap market. And of course we think that's quite a lot of clothes, but compared to the numbers that we saw just before, it's nothing yet. And around 70 to 80% of the stuff that comes into the swap markets are actually clothes. So it means here's one of the big potentials for getting in touch with people who want to start recycling even more. And Nicholas told me once that when you produce one t-shirt, there's usually around, it's not just when you throw out a t-shirt, it's not just the 200 or 300 grams that are waste that you throw into waste. It's also the around 2 kilos, 3 kilos? 3.5 kilos of waste that's been used in the process of actually creating that t-shirt, and it's more than 2,000 liters of water for just that one t-shirt. So if you recycle one, that's what you save. If you recycle, 4 tons in a day, how much water and how much waste has also been saved in that process. Yes. So how did this go from being, an experiment at a school in Aarhus, who were thinking, I have too much of this and too little of that, how do we make it work? simply because the idea in itself is quite simple. People, they get that, you know, if you give something away, you can get something else for free, and that's pretty simple. And then we try to keep the concept pretty simple as well while we've done it. We ask for help along the way, like, you know, who has a place to, you know, fit in 500 people who want to swap, and, you know, where can we ask for funding, where can we, you know, get volunteers, and people have been really helpful because they see the point of doing this. We're trying to be really easy to find everywhere online, and along the way we always kind of got together and talked about how can we, you know, make the swapping markets even easier, how can we get out to even more people, how can we, you know, involve many more people. And we always wrote that down and we put it on the blog so that everybody who wants to kind of start a swapping market, they can just go to our site and they can find everything. We gave everything away, like the logo, posters, the schedule. We created different videos from the market so people can easily see, like within 3 minutes, how does it work. And because all of that is out there, it's really easy for people to just copy it and take it to Køge or Frederiksberg or the different places where people have started doing markets completely like on their own without even asking, you know, any of us for help. And one thing that's been really important in the work that we've done all the way is to always ask people, like, how do you want to participate? Because swapping markets can be, you know, tiny, they can be really big, they can be just swapping, they can be, you know, repair your bike, do printing on old clothes, and it can be, you know, sharing about a project that's doing something green locally. It can be so many different things. We had, you know, massages and finger paint, and Thor is, you know, our usual DJ, and so it's not just coming together to swap. It's also really a social event where people come together and they get to meet each other locally and really have like a really great time. And I guess that's also why people keep signing up and say, I want to be a volunteer. It's so fun. So, yeah. And I don't know if you can actually see it, but I put up some small bees on where like there's been swapping markets. So mostly Copenhagen, Aarhus, Odense, one in Svendborg, Silkeborg, Køge, and now there's some new ones coming here, like in the western part of like Vestegnen, that's what we call it, and Frederikssund. And as you can see, it's mostly the big cities, and we really realized that it's really important for this to spread through people. We lived in Aarhus when we did the first market, and then we moved to Copenhagen. I'm from Odense, so I helped people start there. And the rest of the markets are really just like very close to one of those 3 cities. Luckily, we're getting some support from Vestforbrænding because they see that we need to kind of push this to have it spread even more to all over Denmark.
What's Vestforbrænding?
And Vestforbrænding basically means Vest Incineration. It's the big incineration company that burns all the stuff and makes energy for 19 municipalities, I think, around Copenhagen area, except for Frederiksberg, maybe. Next. And what Vestforbrænding and World Perfect and CradlePeople have kind of been thinking about together is to have this like huge swapping city, which is this container. It's being built, so it's not completely done yet, but you get to see like a sneak peek. And this container is just, it has everything you need to do a swap market. Like there's going to be a huge campaign with all the, you know, online material and posters and flyers, and there's, you know, boiler hangers and you know, mirrors and basically all the things we need to have a swapping market. And it means that a municipality can just say, we want people to know about this here, you know, we will hire you. So they get the city to come out, and then me and some of the other people who have done this for a long time, we basically help create the whole network of getting the volunteers to come. And so when we're done, you know, with the big market there, hopefully there's like a small network of people who want to kind of keep on continue doing the work that has been done in Aarhus and in Copenhagen. So yeah, I think there's one more picture. Oh no. So hopefully afterwards, you can't see it, can you? I put small bees everywhere. Because hopefully when the campaign is done, like in here at, near Copenhagen, then we can probably use the bytte, the swapping city, to get to other areas of Denmark, and that will probably help have the network be all over the place. Yes. People often ask us, why do people participate in swap markets? And like the 2 easy obvious ones are because they want to save money. Instead of buying new clothes, they go and swap. And the other one is people want to be green and they want to save the rainforests. But really, doing this for a long time, I've learned that there's more things to it. Like we hear so many stories. I could talk like for a couple hours about all the great feedback we're getting from participants and people who want to volunteer. And some of the things are that it's really fun, and people, they have too much stuff and they just want to give it away. People get a really, really new sense of like what's owning something. What does it really mean if it's something you get and you give it back to other people, you give it back to nature, all the resources. How do you estimate value? If I was going to go and throw something away and you think like it's the best thing in the whole world, what's the price going to be for that? People who've been like hoarding a lot, people who like have stuff everywhere in their homes, they finally have a chance to let go of things because they see that other people actually want those things and they need them. And those people have a really hard time giving them away if they think they're going to end up being burned. So when they see all these happy people, I've seen people come with like 5 or 6 boxes and 10 bags of clothes. They put all the stuff out and they just stand there with a cup of coffee, moved to tears by all the people who are like just feeling that they're getting a gift. So this is not just being green, it's a movement of people who just really want to share and have a good time together. I don't know how much time I have left. 1, 2 minutes?
Yeah, 2 minutes.
Perfect. And I'm thinking, what does it mean for you? And when I see you, I'm thinking, I'm talking to a room full of people working with fashion. As what was said earlier, is that fashion industry basically pushes a lot of stuff to the market, and is that a contradiction to being sustainable? It might be. It might be that if people start swapping a lot more, that people buy a little less in the stores. And so where are you going to get that money? Is it looking for help from CradlePeople to start cleaning water instead of using water in the factories? Is it making high quality fabrics that can easily be taken apart and then reuse the fibers? Like there's so much innovation in this sector, and I'm just thinking, can we redirect that to producing something that's of high quality that people want to swap and repair over and over? Just a couple of days ago, there was a swapping market in Amager, and there was this red dress that a few of the volunteers were thinking it's too broken, let's just throw it away. It was really beautiful long red dress, but the strap was almost broken, and then there was some stains on the corsage, and it was taken, and people were really surprised. But I'm thinking, most people can learn how to repair or cover up a few stains and have something that's really beautiful, just fix it a bit. But not everybody has the talent or the know-how to make really, really beautiful fabric and have make beautiful design that you want to reuse even for 30 years. So if you make something that's really high quality, it's going to go on and on and on, and people can keep on fixing it even though it's broken. So that's at least when I ask the volunteers, like, what do you want? Like, what should I go out and say? And they all say, we want something that's high quality. We want something that can be reused over and over, and where we know when we take it back, it can be reused. So that's like what people want. And how can we play together? We have contact to a lot of people who are interested in swapping, interested in clothing, interested in becoming green. And these are like ordinary people. These are families, and it's grandparents, it's students, it's international students. It's like all kinds of people with no money and a lot of money. They all come to these swapping markets. So if you want to know how the people start recycling more, maybe come to us and let's see, maybe we can ask some of those people what they think, or test out some of the systems, because this is where ordinary people come. So with that, I would say I would like to play, and I hope I'll see you at a swap market. And here's our contact, so keep in touch.
Thank you, Lama.